end Russia-Ukraine war.
I think we made a tremendous amount of progress. There's still some work to be done.
U.S.-Venezuela tensions rising.
Designating the Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization raises the stakes for Maduro.
Busy by air this holiday.
The nation's airlines are expecting a record 31 million passengers between now and Monday, December 1st.
Good morning, I'm Jennifer Kuiper with the CBS World News Roundup. The U.S. touts Ukraine-Russia peace talks, and the European Union hails weekend talks in Geneva as gaining new momentum, but says work remains to be done. CBS's Holly Williams with the latest.
U.S. and Ukrainian officials rushed to Switzerland this weekend to negotiate a potential peace deal.
Today was the best day we have had in our entire 10 months of working on these issues.
President Trump's 28-point plan demands that Ukraine give up swaths of its country to Russia and reduce the size of its military. It would also be barred from ever joining NATO, an alliance that could have given it protection from any future attacks by Russia. It mirrors much of what Vladimir Putin's been asking for. President Trump gave Zelensky a deadline of this Thursday. If he doesn't agree, the U.S. may stop sharing intelligence with Ukraine, according to an American official. A move which could cost Ukrainian lives.
Germany's chancellor says Russia must be at the table of the peace talks, and he does not expect a Ukraine deal this week. The White House weighs whether to drop leaflets in Venezuela and is expected to designate the Cartel de los Soles a foreign terrorist organization. This, as a new CBS News poll finds that most Americans would oppose U.S. military action in the Latin American country. CBS's Charlie D'Agata with more.
In the military's latest show of force, the Air Force shared images of B-52 bombers simulating a nighttime attack along the coast of Venezuela. And now the FAA has issued a new warning for Venezuelan airspace, citing worsening security situation and heightened military activity. According to the Associated Press, at least 6 foreign airlines have indefinitely suspended flights in and out of Venezuela. In that new CBS News poll, most think Venezuela is not a major threat to U.S. security and overwhelmingly think President Trump needs to explain any military action inside the country.
The holiday getaway is underway, and CBS's Chris Van Cleve on what you can expect.
Thanksgiving travel troubles at New York's JFK Airport Sunday. A roughly 90-minute internet outage paused check-ins at the usually busy Terminal 4, home to Delta and a number of international carriers. In Las Vegas, it wasn't just the race to Thanksgiving that had the airport buzzing. Fans were also rushing to Sin City for the annual F1 race.
I had an early flight, so it was one of the first ones, so I didn't have any problems there.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem used the busy weekend to hand out bonus checks to some TSA officers who worked during the entire government shutdown and announce a $1 billion investment upgrading airport security checkpoints.
We know that it is our responsibility not just to keep travelers safe, but also to make sure that we're getting them to their locations and to their destinations safely, on time, and efficiently.
The nation's airlines expect to fly a record 31 million people during the holiday rush. AAA expects more than 73 million to hit the road, up a bit from last year. But as storms make their way to the eastern part of the U.S., drivers may run into delays and messy conditions.
A Wisconsin woman who stabbed a classmate years ago to please a fictional character called Slender Man has been captured in Illinois after going on the run.
Morgan Geyser was taken into custody Sunday night in Illinois. Geyser escaped from a group home in Madison over the weekend after cutting off a monitoring bracelet. The 23-year-old and a friend almost killed a classmate in 2014 when they were 12 years old to honor the fictional character Slender Man. Their victim survived despite being stabbed 19 times. Bruce Marcus for CBS News, Eagle River, Wisconsin.
It's 4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. It's 48 degrees in Benicia, California. And I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.